Before I begin with this new talk, it's important that you have listened to the previous one, because this new talk is the continuation of the previous one. In order to understand the soulless, the people, the human beings without a soul, we need some context. We all know about the fight between evil and good. A fight which takes place not only within us, but in general, at a universal level. In heaven and on earth, the battle between evil and good is fought. Considering this from a wider point of view, we may say that this is the continuous friction between yin and yang, two opposite energies which are at the same time fighting each other and stimulating each other. Exactly the same thing with good and evil. Therefore, in the ancient esoteric books, we find written that evil is at the service of the good. What happens when we go to the gym? We tire and sweat. Especially at the beginning, the pain we have to endure is massive. And yet, we don't curse the gymnastic tools. We know they are our helpers to train ourselves so that our body becomes stronger and more resilient. We should apply the very same concept in our daily life when we are confronted with all the situations that we call evil. Evil is confronting us so that we can apply and develop our good qualities. Therefore, in all ancient esoteric mysticism books belonging to every culture in the world, we find written that what we call reality is in fact a big fiction, a theater, or, as I call it, a very big gym. And even the mass of people around us is simply choreography. They form the structure of this huge gym. We are experimenting in living here our earthly experience. Each human vehicle is a vehicle created to receive a program to direct him or her. So the human vehicle is just like a hardware which receives different operative systems, depending on what they will be used for. And like in a computer, there is operative system and there are many programs, good programs and bad programs. The human vehicle may receive a soul and may receive other kind of subtle entities, very different from the quality of the soul, because the universe is infinite, and in this infinite dimension there are indeed very, very different states of being. Other dimensions, other worlds, work completely different from the earth. As the universe contains everything, it means that there are what we call good and bad, from our point of view, dimensions, worlds, states. Therefore, it is true indeed that everything is relative. Here on earth, we have our code of what is good and what is bad. Therefore, when bad things happen to us, we must learn to react, developing the good qualities that we are challenged to manifest. Among the bad things happening to us, there is the interaction with the soulless people. Although being a soulless doesn't mean by default to be evil, but because they are simple-minded, they may become a very heavy challenge, because there is no depth. Rudolf Steiner has compared them to animals, our pets living with us at home. Steiner says that animals don't have a soul, but the animals which are living with human beings may begin a process to create, to form a soul. Therefore, we human beings having a pet, we have the responsibility to help them developing a beginning of their soul. And he says the very same with the soulless. We have problems with these people without a soul because we treat them as if they had a soul. Therefore, we expect a certain depth that they don't possess. In fact, Steiner said that they remember words, not sentences, in the meaning that the structure of a sentence has a certain syntax that binds the different words together in order to reach the point. The syntax is the logical connection among words. The little child learns to think of this connection so that he can compose a sentence in a good order that allows him to reach a full meaning. Little by little, the child learns how to put the words together in order to develop a more and more meaningful complexity. The soulless don't possess this capacity. And like animals or our pets, they understand yes, what is allowed, and no, what is not allowed. You don't discuss with your pets. When they do something which is not right, you say no, and it's very sharp and clear. Although it may appear extremely harsh, the very same should be done with those people who are not able to follow a reasoning because they don't possess depth and perspective. They are very materialistic, and their only goal is to reach their well-being at any cost. And if their human vehicle has been filled with a bad entity, this being will be led by evil qualities. Therefore, depending on what kind of entity has filled the empty human vehicle, we will have materialistic superficial beings up to the most satanic beings, real monsters performing every kind of evil. In short, soulless people may be defined as individualists, as they seek only their contentment, therefore selfish, materialistic, and superficial, as they do not grasp the connections to higher meanings. These are the attributes they all possess. The degree of evil they perform depends on the entity or entities, because there may be more than one, filling the empty human vehicles. The incredible thing is that the attributes defining narcissists are exactly the same. In these last years, psychology has detected more and more the existence of people presenting this kind of attributes. Some are just superficial, aiming at their well-being at any cost, but others are really evil-oriented. It is difficult to establish a percentage of this kind of people, as many are covert narcissists. In other words, hidden narcissists. But in any case, the percentage is growing.